Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I am Ivory, not this is Ivory. I'm Ivory. Anyways, want to start this off by saying Happy New Year! Right, so today's video is going to be about how I feel about COVID / my vaccine experience. I've had a lot of people asking me how I feel, what are my symptoms, what was it like. So just to start off, where do I live? I live in the UK. For those of you who don't know, I grew up in Texas, but I moved to the UK about nearly 8 years ago. So that's where I live. So I'm not sure what the COVID or the vaccine is like anywhere else. I haven't Googled it. This is just my experience. I'm no expert, okay? First thing I want to address is I work at the hospital. So I am a domestic assistant, which is basically a fancy word for cleaner. So I'm going in and out of loads of wards where they have COVID patients, and I'm having to get swabbed constantly because I'm essentially exposed to these patients. I have been swabbed twice so far. I thought I could make it through 2020 without being swabbed, but I ended up having 2 swabs in December, which just got me, like really got me. I'm not really scared of COVID. I don't fear COVID. I'm not scared of the vaccine. I feel very protected by God. He's been graceful and he's been looking after me, been providing for me. The fact that I even have this job is a blessing because we're in the middle of a pandemic and I know work is hard to find, so I'm grateful for that. What was my swab like? My swab was fairly quick. First time I was waiting in a line. There was a bunch of cars and then there was just me standing outside without a car. It was kind of funny because I was just in a line of cars. And then she took my name, took my date of birth, and she basically just told me what they were going to do and how long it was going to take for me to get my results back. So they basically just take a little swab thingy, Q-tip I guess, and they first stick it in your mouth, go around and around and around and around, back of your throat, and then the same one goes up your nostril, and it just swirl it around and around and around, and that's probably the worst part of it. Like, I just hate having things go up my nose. So yeah, I've had that done twice now. I hate it. I know a lot of my colleagues hate it. Why did I get the vaccine? Why did I get the COVID vaccine if I'm not afraid of it? I got it mainly to put my family's mind at ease because they know that I work at the hospital and I have vulnerable people living at home. So I just thought, one, this will help me hopefully stop getting swabbed as often, and 2, it will, make them more peaceful about me working at the hospital. How did I book my vaccine? Because I work at the hospital, I just called an extension number, but I found this number online. It's 01553-214-530. Yeah, so I got my vaccine yesterday. I just called, booked it up. They said, yeah, come in on the 6th of January. So that's what I did. My experience. I stood in line for a good 20 minutes, maybe 20-30 minutes. When you go in, I had to fill out this form, which is a consent form just saying my name and date of birth, my doctor, am I planning on being pregnant, or am I pregnant?
No.
I'm not. I don't plan on being pregnant. I think you have to not be pregnant or not planning to be pregnant within like 3 months or so. Also, I just wanted to apologize to you guys because I made a joke about after I got my vaccine. And those of you that follow me on Instagram, I made a joke that I got a superpower of flying after my vaccine. That, for me, that's just me trying to make light of a heavy situation. I do know that COVID is hard for a lot of you people. Some people have lost family and friends, and I'm deeply sorry for that. So I just want to apologize, get that off my chest. Nobody's come to me and said anything like, how could you make a joke out of it? But after reflecting, sort of just feel a bit bad about it. So I'm sorry to anybody that I offended or hurt, and I'm sorry for your loss, or I'm sorry if you have COVID and you're going through it. I'm praying for you. So when I filled out my consent form, I then had to go in another line and wait for about 5 minutes. And then you go in and you get this card. Oh, I just realized I have lipstick on my hand. I don't know how that got there. I wasn't kissing my hand. It's strange. They give you this little card, which is a COVID vaccination card. You have to take this to your vaccination. So on the back it has number 1 and number 2, and these are just for each of your vaccination. The vaccination comes in 2 injections. The first injection you get, you write down the name of the vaccine, the batch number, and the date that it was given. And the second box is for the second day that you get it. Since mine was done yesterday, I'm guessing I only have to wait 20 more days, but you get your second vaccine 21 days after your first. So yeah, they give you this card, and then I waited a little bit longer. They pointed me to this guy. They're like, go to this guy. He's gonna give you the vaccine. The guy was just telling him, he just went over the form again, just made sure I was aware of everything that he was about to do and what the vaccine was, and you know, all those details. I don't know why my throat is all like froggy or whatever you want to call it, but yeah. Anyways, rolled my sleeve up. I guess I was just a little bit nervous of the needle, like feeling the needle go in, but I was pretty much alright. He just stuck it in. Didn't hurt that much when the needle went in. It hurt more when he pressed the injection in, so that you could feel it like coming into your arm. So I was just a bit like, yeah, that hurt a bit. Yeah, and then afterwards I did feel a little bit sick. I don't know if that's because I was just nervous about the needle going into my arm or feeling the pain, but they make you sit down for about 15 minutes, which they give you this little information packet thing to read over in that 15 minutes, just saying about the side effects, how it's given, how to store it, which I don't know why that's on there because I don't need to store it. They store it, so it's just strange. Afterwards, my arm felt fine. I sat down for 15 minutes. About 5 minutes into my 15 minutes, I started feeling better. I didn't feel sick. And then after the 15 minutes, I just went straight to work. So I was fine. At the end of my shift, that's when my arm started to feel kind of sore. I was like, oh, now that I guess because my mind was preoccupied with work, I wasn't really thinking about how my arm felt. But afterwards, I was like moving, and I was like, ooh, kind of hurts a little. But last night after my shower, I was laying in bed, and it does hurt a bit. It feels like you've been punched in the arm. Which, funny story, in high school I actually had one of my friends punch me in the arm because I thought I was being tough. I was like, I can handle a guy punching me in the arm, go for it. And he punched me in the arm, and then I had this giant bruise on my arm. But that's what it feels like. It just feels like somebody just gave you one good hit. But yeah, I think it's fine. I think I have a little like red mark where the needle went in, but apart from that, there's no bruising or anything like that. Possible side effects, say pain at the injection site. Yes, sick. Tiredness, I'm always tired. I wouldn't know the difference. A headache? No, I don't have a headache. Muscle pain? I don't know if that includes like where this is. I don't get it. No, I don't have any muscle pain. Chills? No. Joint pain? No. Fever? No. And then it goes on. So those are the very common symptoms. These are the common symptoms. You may have injection site swelling, so it might swell up around where you got your injection. You may have redness at injection site, which is what I have, and nausea. So this is where I'm saying I don't know if my nausea was from my nervousness or if it was from the actual injection itself, but either way I felt fine after sitting down. Uncommon side effects are enlarged lymph nodes, so any of your lymph nodes would swell up and you would feel unwell. So I'm guessing if you have those, you really need to report them, which on this little thing it gives you a website to go and report them on. It says don't drive or operate machinery until you're sure that you're not affected by the vaccine itself. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It does say here that protection against COVID-19 disease may not be effective until at least 7 days after your second dose. So it's like all vaccines, they all have side effects. Each person is different. I've had a few friends tell me that they've had flu-like symptoms, that they've been shivering and cold and having fevers, and they've been having to take paracetamol or ibuprofen to help them feel better. What am I going to do now? What am I going to do now? I'm just going to wait my 20 days and see how I feel, and then get the second injection, and then hopefully everything will be a-okay. Yeah, I think that's all that I need to really go over. I'm not really for it or against it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. It's up to you, really. Yeah, that's all. If I end up having any more symptoms or feeling a bit different, I'll make another video, you know, explaining how many days after I started feeling funny, or, you know, if anything else comes up, you know. So I'll keep you guys updated. Anyways, God bless you. Thank Him for the new year, and we're hoping for bigger and better things because we trust in Him. Amen. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Love you all.